Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. My name is Jaime Mantilla. I am the owner of Your Preferred Agency. And the reason why I'm creating this video is because most of the clients, most of the prospects, leads, even friends that come to me to learn more about digital marketing and online marketing, and to be more specific about search engine optimization, they don't really understand what SEO is, or search engine optimization, right? Search engine optimization is something that happens behind the scenes. They don't really see the value immediately. Sometimes it takes a few months up to a year, depending on the quality of the site, depending on the population, depending on the city that we're ranking on. So it may take some time. It does like going to the gym, right? You don't see results immediately. It actually happens over time, and you actually have to fix the foundation. So I just decided to make this video to make it easier for everybody to understand, kind of break it up to you so that you can make better decisions in the future. All right, so I'm just going to remove my picture from here, and I'm going to start the presentation, kind of jump back and forth to help you understand what's going on and what to look for whenever somebody is talking about search engine optimization, or if you want to invest in the service. All right, with that said, this is me again, Jaime Mantilla, with Your Preferred Agency. This is the agenda, what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover the importance of online presence, SEO in Google's eyes, the difference between local SEO and organic SEO, SEO Basics, SEO Fundamentals, and high-level areas of focus whenever we do technical SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page SEO. All right, so why is online presence important? And this is why. We have the browser here, and it is divided in three sections. This normally looks and applies to local businesses, but when it's more of a national business, especially for e-commerce, then you wouldn't have a map. But in this case, it is nice to understand what is going on here. So the top section is paid search, which normally gets 10 to 20% of the clicks. The next section is the map pack or local pack, which is the map, which normally gets 40 to 60% of the clicks. And then everything that is below the map, it is the localized organic results or organic results that normally gets 30 to 40% of the clicks. All right. Now, local SEO, which is the map, what Google looks for is relevance. So when people are looking for a specific service, then they want to make sure that they match that search to what they're looking for. So it is Google offers the best results for the clients, and they want to offer the best user experience. For the map as well, distance is very important. So if you are in the area, you're going to look, let's say Brandon, Florida, or whatever city you're in, whatever you're going to look for is going to show the results for that specific geolocation, which is where you're located. And the other aspects of local SEO is the prominence, which is related to the how many reviews do you have, how many backlinks you have, citation accuracy, which is the name, address, and phone number, as well as the website, which is linked on the Google My Business profile or Google My Business profile. And then also organic results. So this also serves as a backlink to the website, and the website also serves as a backlink to the GMB. So they kind of feed off of each other. All right. Now for organic search results, this is important because based on this graph here, depending on the position on where you at, so meaning first position on the organic results down to the 10th position, you can see that on the first position, you normally get around 31% of the clicks, and it kind of decreases as you go down on the rankings. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, this is what Google looks for. Google looks for expertise, authority, and trust. And the way that Google looks at that, or the way that Google scores that, is by these three pillars. So you have technical SEO, you have on-page SEO, and you have off-page SEO. Technical SEO is what you don't see, it's pretty much what is under the hood. On-page SEO is what people normally engage with, and off-page SEO is everything that is external to the site. I'm just going to kind of go back to the slides here, and then I'm gonna get off the presentation and kind of show you a search for a company that I already have pulled up. So whenever you do a search, like if we go back here, if I go back, if I say roofing contractor Brandon, Florida, as you can see, you have the paid search here, you have the map, and then you have the organic results. So if I go to the map, I'm just gonna go down to like the first three results are normally what gets the clicks. But if I go down here and I look for a company, which I already have pulled up, I believe is All Star or Dynamic Roofing. In this case is this one here. So if I click on it, we go back to it. And then it said Dynamic Roofing. So it's this one here. And this is what we get. So we use these local Viking. This local Vikings is a tool that actually shows where you are ranking for your local pack. So for dynamic roofing, as you can see, they're not on the first three results. They're like number. We take a look: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're position number 9 for that term. And as you can see, that kind of matches their results here, right? In this case, again, tools are not completely accurate, but it gives you like an estimate of where you at. But at least you can see where your competition is and where you at compared to the rest of the market, right? For that specific industry. So as you can see, this is a grid which is a 9x9, and it shows it is a mile from this node to this node. So it is around 4 miles around. As you can see, they're number 2 here. So you can see Dynamic Roofing Concepts is here, and this is the competition Regal Roofing. But over here, you're number 9, or this company is number 9, right? So it's Dynamic Roofing here, and then we kind of start like looking at what the competition is doing to understand what we need to do in order for us to beat them, right? So if I look at their competition, which in this case is Regal Roofing Brandon, they're actually covering most of the map here, at least for this section. They probably need more optimization to get these to green. But as you can see, they're going to get more calls than this company here because they're only showing up number 1, number 2, just here in the middle, right? So anybody that is like 2, 3, 4 miles around, they're just going to click on the competition and, they wouldn't be getting any business. This one here, you will be getting business from this area here and potentially here at the bottom. But, again, they need more optimization for the GMB. All right. This is their website. And let's go back to the presentation so we can talk about more about what we need to do. All right. Let's see here. So we finish here, which is what Google looks for, which is expertise, authority, and trust. And I'm going to dive deeper here on the internal factors and external factors. So technical SEO and off-page SEO, they're considered internal factors, and those are the SEO basics. And then off-page SEO are the external factors. So when we talk about technical SEO, we're talking about everything that is under the hood, and I will dive deeper in a little bit about what this means. On-page SEO is everything what the user interacts with. So you want to make sure that things are not broken, that the brand matches, the brand on the tires matches the brand on the hood, and so forth. There's no broken mirrors and all the stuff. So you want the user experience to be flawless whenever somebody visits your site. And then off-page SEO, that's like the fuel to your car. If you don't have fuel in the car is not going to go anywhere. So just think about this. Let's say you have 2 sites that are technically sound the same, and and as far as the on-page SEO, they're the same. They have the same amount of pages, they have the same amount of content, and everything is the same. Then Google is going to use the external factors to make the difference so that they can display that on the browser. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If anything, you can just ask me any questions, contact me, and we can dive deeper into that. All right. Now, to me, there's SEO fundamentals, right? So it doesn't matter if you have the technical SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page SEO down completely accurate. If you don't have a good keyword research, or you don't know exactly what your ranking or your target audience, then you're going to be ranking for the wrong thing. So it is very important that you have a good keyword research. So you have to, for this, you have to take a look at your competitors, see what they're ranking for, see what you're not ranking for, and kind of understand what's easier to rank, what is that your clients is looking for, and so forth. That way you can have a good base, so that you can do so that you can get quality visitors to your site and quality clients. All right. Now, if we dive deeper into what technical SEO is, you want to make sure that you have Google Analytics installed in your site. You want to make sure that you have Google Search Console. You want to make sure that your site is mobile friendly, that the loading speed is less than 3 seconds, that you don't have any errors on the side, that you have a sitemap to make sure that Google understands the structure of your site. You want to make sure that you have a robot.txt that is configured correctly. That way, Google understands which pages need to be crawled and which pages you don't want to be crawled, and that is indexable. Okay. Now, for the on-page SEO, you want to focus on the homepage content, and that's overall content, that you have a meta title, that you have a meta description, that you have internal links, that you also have do follow external links, that the images have a description, that the URL structure is user friendly, that Google understands it as well. You want to make sure that you have focus terms, and you have ranking keywords mapped to the specific page, and you have different pages that are specific for the services that you want. You don't want to have pages that have all the services, because then Google wouldn't know what to rank you for. So that's goes with the keyword mapping here. And then you want to make sure that you have an H1 tag that has the main keyword, and then all the other tags are supporting keywords for that main term. So think about H1 tags being as the title on a book. So you will know what the chapter is going to be about with that H1, and then everything else should support that H1 tag. All right. So let's dive deeper into what we look for, or just a few aspects of this website here. So we're using Ahrefs here, and as you can see, the URL rating and domain rating, they're not as high. We can try to take a look at the competition, but right now they have 343 backlinks, 125 referring domains. You want to make sure that as backlinks go up, you want to make sure that the referring domains go up. And what this means is referring domains is like the IP address or the servers that are serving the content, or where the websites that are backlinking to you has to be unique. So if you have a farm of other, many of one computer, like serving different websites, then that's coming from a source, from one IP address. So that's more of a red flag. If let's say you have 1,000 backlinks and you only have 100 or less than 100 referring domains, that's a red flag to Google, and that means that you're potentially using, private blog networks, or using a group of websites from one location, or few servers backlinking to you, right? You also have here the organic keywords, which is what Google picks up based on your pages, and you have here the traffic that is going to the site. Okay, so when we dive deeper into this site here, as you can see, these are all the keywords that they're ranking for. Okay, and just give it a second while it loads. So they have 396 keywords, but if I take a look at what is in position number 1, only 2 terms are ranking for that, on that position, which is number 1. So dynamic roofing concepts and discounted shingles. Okay. If we take a look at the low hanging fruits or quick wins, we actually want to focus on number 2 to number 15 to see what we can rank faster. So, as you can see here, you have around 37 opportunities. And what I was showing you before here on these graph here, most of the stuff that are position 2 to number 10, these are barely getting any clicks. So you want to make sure that at least try to get them in position 1, 2, and 3, so that you can get more clients on demand, pretty much. So just a little bit of understanding here. You have these keywords here. Some of these keywords are keywords that people are searching for on the browser, on Google. These are the volume searches on the monthly basis. This is the keyword difficulty. So sometimes we want to focus on keywords that have not that much difficulty, to kind of move the needle, right? So that's just for your understanding of how this works. If you are an SEO person, you probably know this. If you don't know, hopefully you're learning out of this. But if you're a business owner that needs SEO, then you want to understand these concepts and you want to understand how things work. That way we can make an impact in your business and your rankings. All right. As far as backlinks, most people don't understand backlinks as well. So I'm just going to kind of touch on backlinks as well. There's backlinks that are coming from directories online. And there are backlinks that come from blogs. There are backlinks that come from other websites and so forth. And normally, I don't think I touch on that. So let's dive into that one here. So backlinks are the central factors and the votes to your site. So you have the backlink that is coming from another site, and then you have the anchor text. Anchor text could be the URL itself, naked URL, could be exact match domain. I'm sorry, exact match keyword. Could be a partial match keyword. Could be just a general term, click here or website or whatever. And you want to make sure that these come from websites that are already ranking. That way, that trust transfers to you. Okay, so if we look at some of the backlinks here, and I just go to one of these, as you can see, they have around 193 that are kind of tracked on Ahrefs. Most of these, if you kind of take a look at them, the DR or the domain rating. Just give me a second here. Let's see what we got. Let's go up a bit and just make sure that we are looking at the right thing. It's like some of these, or the majority of these, have zero. Their ranking or the rating is pretty low. But we'll take a look at these ones that are high. Let's say this one here. So it's Whooply. I'm just gonna click on this one here. It's gonna open up. So you have, this looks like it's a directory, and then you have dynamic roofing concepts here, which serves as a backlink to this page. So if I click on this, it's going to open up their site, right? So that's pretty much considered a backlink, and this is the URL. All right. Let's see what else here do we have. We have Go Local 247. If I click on this, as apartments Brandon, Florida. And then this is another directory, and we just have to look for the roofing company in this case here, which is Dynamic. Let's try to look it up. Dynamic roofing concepts here, right? So this is the anchor text, right? So Dynamic Roofing Concepts Inc. Special offer request roof estimates. So that would be this section here. Okay. So let's close this out. We also kind of start looking into technical aspects of it. We actually use a Screaming Frog, and there's many things that you can start looking into this. I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but you want to make sure that that we're looking at pages that, if you have errors, let's say these ones here, service 503, service unavailable. If I scroll down, let's say here, let's find something on this page. Most of these are 200, which is good. Some of these are non-indexable. Some of these are indexable. So whenever we start doing technical SEO, we want to look at the pages. Are they supposed to be indexable? Are they supposed to not be indexable? Do they have the right tags? Do they have the right description? Do they have the right, meta description? Let's see here. Do they have the right title? So let's say these ones don't have title, but if we scroll over, yeah, some of these are not indexable, and we have 503 errors, right? We could always kind of take a look at the structure of the site. Let's see if these loads. May take a little bit. Just bear with me here. Sorry about that. And when we take a look at this site here, like you'll see, this is a huge structure. Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot of information, and this is how the site is structured, right? So you have the sitemap, you have finance, and you have a slate. So these are things that we kind of look into to see if the site is structured correctly or not, right? Again, this is probably a lot of information for you guys, but again, these are things that we normally look at, and there's aspects that are important to understand. That way, we know if we have to restructure the site, if these errors are supposed to be there, if there's pages that are indexable or not indexable, if they're tagged correctly as being canonical or not canonical, and that's related to see if there is duplicate content or not. That means that if you have two pages that are serving the same content, and you want to canonize one of the pages to link to the right source, that way Google understands that you're not trying to duplicate content, right? So again, these are one of the tools that we use, but there's many that we use to be able to help the clients get the right results. Tools like this one that shows the performance, see if it's loading correctly or not. We also kind of take a look at the pages that are indexed. This site has around 436 pages that are indexed in Google's database. We want to make sure that these pages are indexed correctly, and make sure that everything is sound, right? So again, those are all the aspects that we kind of take a look at as far as SEO. I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, please contact me, and I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next one.